Today we're going to talk about quoting through Bristol West. It's pretty simple. I'm going to keep it short and sweet. To begin, simply from the Apex homepage, right, move over to the right-hand side. You'll see these helpful links. You might have to scroll down a little bit. Go to product platforms. You just simply click on that. You've got products that are listed alphabetically, and Bristol West is the first one on the list. So when you click it, it's going to take you over to the Bristol West homepage. This is really simple. You can do quite a bit. We're not going to get into that today. Simply just click on the quoting. It'll bring you to the drop down. Click on new business or wave your mouse over it. It'll move over and click on quote new personal auto. Very simple to start the quote. Anything in yellow is a minimum needed to basically quote this auto. Change the effective date right here. It's a 6-month term. Put in the name, the birth date. Now, if you don't have the birth date, you didn't ask them. If they are an existing customer, then over in Apex, if you're in the customer's account, not the household, but the individual head of household, when you click onto that, you'll get this heading and just simply click on date of birth, social security number, or driver's license number. You'll get the month and the day, but the year will be X'd out. So simply click on it and it should pop up and you can go ahead and input it here. All right. So phone number and email if you have it. You don't need to. Remember the minimums in yellow. Put in the address and simply click continue. All right. This is where you basically put the driver in, put any needed information. This case, I just pluck stuff out of a tree. Joe Client, birthday, and then you put how many years of driving experience. If you didn't ask, hey, how old were you when you first got a license, or what year did you first get a license, whatever it may be. A lot of people assume they got licensed at 16 or 18, but you always want to ask. The thing with Bristol West is you got to put number of years and number of months that they've been driving. So, so this one's 34 years old, assuming they're driving at age 16. So 34 minus 16. And there you go. Just kind of put that information in. All right. If it's SR22, here's this active license. If they have any, if they have the mature driver certification, you can put that in here. All right. And simply move to the next screen. If you need to add a driver, you can click here and it'll pop up another field right next to it. So it's very simple to use. The next page, when you click continue, then it'll bring up the vehicle. The easiest way is just put in the VIN number, click VIN lookup, and it should populate. The usage of the vehicle, annual mileage. We're still looking at about 13,400 is usually the minimum. You can put less than that, but they'll have to sign a mileage declaration form. Just so you know, it's real simple. Miles to work one way. For comp and collision coverage, with farmers products, you can have different deductibles, maybe a lower one for comp and a higher one for collision. But with Bristol West, it'll be matching. So if you put $1,000 for comprehensive, it automatically puts $1,000 for collision. So either you have physical damage, which is comp and collision, or you don't. Okay. So if the car's paid off, maybe they don't want collision, they only want comp. Well, with Bristol West, you either have them both or you don't, just to give you a heads up. If they do have collision coverage, then get the deductible waiver. So if someone without insurance hits them, the deductible is waived. It'll be a no-fault collision claim. If they only want liability coverage only, then you get the uninsured motorist property damage. This will pay up to $3,500 to fix their car because they got hit by someone who doesn't have insurance. It's that uninsured motorist's fault, and so this will pay up to $3,500. Any equipment you can add on. Suggest towing, maybe a rental car. Right? If they only have one car, maybe if the car's in the shop due to an accident, they may need a rental car. And you can add any additional information. The garaging address, if it's different from the resident address, you can make the change here. Okay. Next page, choose your liability limits, 1530 up to 100, 300. All right, so those are your limits there. Maximum is 100, 300. You can bump up the property damage. Uninsured motorist bodily injury should match your liability. So if you have 100, 300 for liability, you should have 100, 300 for uninsured motorist bodily injury. If they don't want this coverage, or they want less than whatever you're getting for liability, like maybe you got 100, 300 for liability and they only want, like 25, 50 for uninsured motorists, they'll have to sign a form acknowledging that they're reducing that coverage. Medical payments, it's either $500 or $1,000. Remember, this just provides a minimum amount of medical coverage on a no-fault basis. If they had insurance in the past 6 months, this typically should be yes. Right? And then when you click yes, it'll ask you who the prior insurance company was. Go paperless is already marked yes. If they want to do an e-signature app, then switch this over to yes also. If they do have any other policies with you, go ahead and click over here. Let's say they have a home policy with you. Or even a renter's policy, you can put that over here. And anything else. Always ask for the multi-policy discounts. If it's a truck, always ask them. That's a pretty good sized truck. You got a tow hitch? What do you pull? And so it might be a marketing opportunity for some toys. Okay, so always ask, always ask. Then you click continue. I kind of pre-filled some stuff here, put in the home. So this is kind of what it looks like. And then you go over the next page to rate it. When you do rate it, it's going to list the coverages over here. It'll summarize it. You can actually make some changes right here, but if you do make a change here, you'll have to click recalculate, and it'll give you the newer price. Here's the payment options down below. This does scroll down where you can choose how they're going to pay it. Okay, credit card, debit card, term, what have you. If they like it, if there's any changes here, you recalculate it. If they like the rate, tell them, okay, well, now we're going to go ahead and run the reports. Right. So you got to get the customer's approval to run the reports. That would be the MVR and the CLUE report, motor vehicle report, and loss histories. All right. Confirm the effective date. Any prior incidences that may pop up when you run the reports, and if everything's good, then go ahead and process and put the payment in and get the policy on the books. So it's relatively simple. It's pretty easy. Just take some time. Once you do a couple, you can move through them pretty quickly. But just the beginning part is just confirming, the years of driving experience, and that's broken down to years and months. All right. So there you go. Thank you for your time, and good luck selling.